Well, you remember from my previous $6 Million Man video that I'd ordered a set of replacement clothing, socks, bits and bobs, the arm sleeve, etc. So they've turned up, so we're going to have a look at them and see if we can restore this fella to his former glory. One of the arm modules fell out. This is what happens, I think, to most of these, that without the skin on the arm they're really loose, so they tend to fall out. Okay, so let me get this out and I'll lock the camera off, and then we can see what you get in the set. Okay, so let's get all of this out. So you get 2 sport socks. I don't know how close these are to the original because I don't have the original socks. I'm going to put them on. You get 2 arm sleeves. So the advert only said 1. You get 2, which is good because I may knacker one. You get an instruction sheet, and then you get the uniform. So what I'll do is I'll take the other uniform off and we can compare them, see if there's any major differences. And then you also get instruction sheet. So basically it says light coating of talcum powder over the actual arm plastic. They said it's cut long, so you can trim it off, and that's the details of the place I got it from on eBay, Time Machine Collectibles. So this, I think it was 21 quid for the full set. So which I thought wasn't bad at all. Okay, let's get these clothes off of Steve and we can compare them. Okay, so let's look at the trousers first. So the material is really close, although this is sort of a stripy, whereas this is more of a square knit. But weight wise, very similar. Color wise, pretty spot on. These are quite sort of a matte finish. They are shiny inside, so I think it's just where they've been worn. Elastic at the legs, elastic at the top. So very similar. Look at the difference in the waists between one that's been stretched and one that hasn't. So the trousers are very similar. Let's look at the shirt. So the badge is pretty spot on. It's made of a slightly coarser material. That looks good. The stitching, so I think that the centre band is a little bit thinner, but otherwise, yeah, that's thicker, that's thinner, but a pretty good likeness. I don't think you would get away with saying this is an original one if you've got something to compare it to, but if you didn't, I think it will look pretty good. The main difference I can see is the arms on the new one have got elastic on, whereas the arms on the original aren't. They're just straight cut. Now I don't know whether the elastic on that will mean it won't go up over the sleeve, the latex sleeve, very well, but we'll have a look. Less of a gaping chest area, whether that's because this is the 70s and this is now, could be. Size wise, pretty spot on. So yeah, I think that's a nice set of clothing. Like I say, you get 2 socks. I can't really compare them, and then you get the arm sleeve. Now the colour is quite light compared to the other one, but then the other one is, let's just take his arm off. See how easy the arms fall off on these things. So let's compare the colour. It's much lighter. I think it will be okay. It will look good. I don't know how much of this. If you look underneath, it is much lighter, so this could just be dirt. So the first job, I suppose, is to get this off. It seems to come off okay. There's the other module released, so there's the 2 modules. Don't lose them, worth a fortune. Oh look, it's just falling apart. Feels like it's stuck to it, but it's not really. I thought I'd have to get the old lighter fluid out on it, but that's alright, it's just pulling off. So there it is gone. So basically it says to cover this in talcum powder. You can see the stress mark where they always crack, because that's the weak point. Yeah, so it says to cover it in talcum powder, which I haven't got any of because I don't use this stuff myself, but I have got a big tin of French chalk, which is just basically unperfumed talcum powder. Let me find a brush. Just going to cover this liberally in it. There we go. And it also says to put this in talcum, get some talcum powder in it. Not sure how I can do that. Right, so we've got to get that on there. It would make sense to roll this up somehow, wouldn't it? How am I going to do that? I need a tube or something to put it on. Let's have a look. Paintbrush handle. Yeah, that's working all right, that. How am I going to get that into there? Okay, let me try and roll this up further. Let's see if I can get it started and we'll have a look. Okay, so it was a bit easier off camera. Hold that in my vice and give it a go. So I've got that on. I think that'll be long enough, but what I'm going to do is put this in, and you see it's not symmetrical, so it will only go in one way. So the thick part, there we go, like that. Okay, I didn't roll it up particularly well. And then that will only go in one way, which is that way. Oh, it still needs to go on a bit further. Look at that, so close. Okay, I'm going to try and work that on off camera now that it's covered in French chalk. Okay, so it took a bit of manoeuvring, but it's now down over the arm. As you can see, it's longer, so I'm going to have to cut it down, which I've got a scalpel somewhere. Hopefully this won't destroy it. There we go. That's worked out really nicely. And then it should just roll up. And the trouble is it's got so much powder over it now. There we go. There you go, so his Bionic sleeve rolls up and rolls down. So yeah, that looks really good. It's a bit light, but I think it's not bad at all. And now that needs to go back on there, and I'm hoping that it might stiffen the joint a bit actually. It does, look at that. Right. Still works. Excellent. Okay. That looks really nice. Could do with probably a little bit of a trim on there, might get my little scissors out. But yeah, that works really well. First go as well. Like I say, it looks actually not quite as light in real life as it does on camera. That looks amazingly like, but it's actually, it's not close to that, but it's better than it looks on camera. Right, let me get him dressed and we'll come back and have a look at him. Okay, so he all went together very well. The arms, I wish they'd have done it without the elastic in, because it is difficult getting over the hands, but once you've done it, it's okay. I'm not sure you can pull the sleeve up and roll Steve's Bionic skin up doing it that way, but I'm sure he would take his shirt off to show off his Bionics anyway. The neck hole isn't as big, so it was quite difficult getting the head through the neck. Again, it probably could do with just opening up, but I don't want to do that because it's very delicate stitching on it. The trousers were really nice, went on well. The socks were lovely. They really work well, and they stiffen up his ankle joints so that he now stands up quite nicely. I'm not going to paint the hair, I'm not going to touch it up because I quite like the fact that he's a bit play worn. I think it would look weird if it was perfect. But yeah, so I think that's a really nice set. Let me get the camera out and we'll stand him up. Okay, hold on. Okay, so there he is in all his glory. So he stands up much better now. So I think his clothes were support bearing clothes. Like I say, I wish the sleeves hadn't got elastic in, but that's not a huge worry. All in all, it makes him look great. He looks like he's come straight out of the box. Other than his slight mussing on the hair, which, like I say, I don't think I'm going to paint. I quite like that. His eye now works. It's very hard to see, but you can see. So you can look at things from quite a way away. So all in all, I think he's brilliant. I love him. It brings back so many memories. So it's worth seeing if you can get a good condition, but you know, knackered uniform figure, and then just getting a replacement uniform. It's not, you couldn't sort of flog it as a mint in boxed version, but then why would you? That would be naughty. And this is for my personal display, so none of my toys do I generally resell. So yeah, so well done, Steve Austin, you're back in action. Well, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of these restoration style videos, I know it wasn't much of a restoration, it was more of a dressing someone up. But please like and subscribe and comment down below if there's anything you want to see me do. And thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Thanks then. Bye.